So Matt Reisinger is wrong. Let's get to it. So recently we saw a video that Matt posted, and first let me get this out of the way. I think Matt is an inspiration for the build industry as a whole, and he has such great content. But one of the areas that I feel like he's wrong in the video was about spec building. So today I'm gonna give you the 2 reasons of why it's never been a better time to build a spec and why it's been so important to our business here at Rebuild the Block. So the first item is building specs allows you to be able to elevate your game and provide business opportunities that otherwise wouldn't be available to you. And the second item has to do with the market conditions that we're seeing in today's marketplace revolving around new construction builds. So for those of you that have been following along for a while, you know that I'm a 2nd generation general contractor and 3rd generation real estate investor. However, I wanted to do it differently than the generations of past, including my grandpa, which focused mostly on apartments, and my dad that mostly focused on single-family rentals, along with the custom home world, specifically in the renovations and not in building homes. But one of the things that I found when I started getting into this industry is trying to find my footing and find my place that would allow me to be able to have inspiration to not only be a good builder, but to be a great builder here in the Valley. Specs were the opportunity that allowed me to be able to brand myself and be able to provide our team opportunities to build things that I would consider either architecturally significant or a better design palette than what was currently being provided on the market. It was building specs that allowed us to be able to propel our business into the custom home world, and this really helped the trajectory of our company, allowing us to be able to take on additional opportunities. Simply put, if we hadn't built specs, it would have been very difficult for us to be able to get the clientele that was willing to hire us to be able to build a custom. And so this learning opportunity, and although many times were difficult lessons to learn, it allowed us to be able to develop a brand and a product that's recognized within the community, in which we're able to receive leads that allow us to be able to work with clients that want to build an amazing product, and as Matt Reisinger put it, on their dime. However, none of this would be possible or achievable without the hard-fought efforts of building consistent, quality specs within our marketplace. So the second item, as was illustrated in Matt's video, has to do with market conditions. However, I feel like there's some key indicators that really make spec home building not only feasible, but also profitable within our marketplace. I do want to preface this with the fact that we build luxury custom homes, essentially for all of the spec homes that we develop in the area. And we're able to focus on a lot of the quality features that we put in a custom home, although there is a fair amount of value engineering when it comes to overall design set that's put into the home. Putting the quality build aside for a second, there are 2 main factors when it comes to the market conditions that currently exist. The first is the amount of residential construction, or the percentage of residential new home construction that's in the marketplace. We're at a higher percentage of new homes that are built than ever before. At roughly 1/3 of homes that hit the market are new construction. Now, while some people might look at that as being a flood in the marketplace, the reason for the uptick in new construction home sales has to do with the fact that people simply are not reselling their homes. This pushes more people into the mode of buying a new construction home to be able to avoid the hassles that come with some of the lesser desirable resale, deferred maintenance, nightmare of a situation that a lot of people get themselves into by buying a 30 or 40-year-old home, regardless of whether it's been remodeled, refinished, or redesigned over the last couple decades. Most people watching might think to themselves, well, isn't this a case of supply and demand? If there's so much more new builds, isn't there a ton of competition that's associated within the marketplace? However, to be quite frank, this simply isn't the factor. Realistically, I feel that there's only about 10% of builders that actually do a good job in building a quality home. So this is something that absolutely 100% sets us apart. But the second item is that the volume of homes being built decade after decade is lower than it's been since 1950. In 1940 to 1949 was the last decade that we built less homes than what was built between 2010 and 2019. And as most people know, there's a housing shortage that is being reported in the news weekly, if not daily, talking about the issues that we have with quality supply that's affordable within the marketplace. So by building in the luxury space, most of our buyers aren't affected as much as maybe the lower end or sub-$1 million market. So while I can agree with a few points that were made on Matt's video, especially when it comes to people that are building a cheap product and trying to throw specs out the door, given the fact that we have a supply and demand issue, it's the quality builders that are building quality specs that we recognize in the community that will be able to increase their brand awareness, allow them to be able to take on additional opportunities, and make a great profit not only on their specs, but also on the clients that eventually become custom home builds in the future. We're ecstatic for the niche that we've carved out within our marketplace, and we know that this could be achieved in multiple marketplaces across the nation. So if you have any questions about how to be able to build specs and make it successful, feel free to DM us, reach out on our social media channels, or reach out via our website. We're more than happy to chat so that we can continue to promote great building across the nation. We appreciate you following along our journey here on our channel, and as always, have a great day.